Welcome to round 4, 2018, here at Suzuka International. Qualifying session 1 is about to start. Just waiting for the session to finish. Just going to see who's going to start, who's going to be the first ones out here. Still waiting for some cars to go out. Nobody's in a hurry tonight. For our regular viewers, welcome. Nice to see you guys again. Of course, just a reminder, feel free to post some comments and share in the broadcast. Yeah, right, here we go. McLaren will be the first car on track. Followed by Force India. There we go. Muna. Hello Nissi, all the best to you and the Ferrari boys tonight. If you look team-wise, good battle between Ferrari and Toro Rosso. Of course, Toro Rosso had a marvelous race last week. Both Toro Rosso drivers at one stage made it all the way to the back of the field and fought their way back through traffic, finishing third and fourth respectively. Thank you, Steph. Thanks for your update. I see quite a small grid tonight for Tier 2. Of course, just for those of you who's new to this, TnB lately we do Tier 1 and Tier 2. Of course, both tiers happening at the same time. See, Forsy retired. Forsy did get a penalty after the last race. Small little incident into the first corner there. We made contact with Nismax, but he was supposed to, he got the ban to retire in qualifying 2. Surprised to see him go out in qualifying 1 already. Don't look like he even posted time, he just retired. So he's clearly happy to start right at the back. With that, here we go. Right, let's welcome back to Aussie. Let's ride on board with him quickly. I do understand there was some updates to this game, some patches coming out this week, and they said one of the things that they changed is the rev limiter, so now we might actually hear the car changing gears as we ride on board. And indeed it does sound like that. Actually hear gears changing in different tunes here, not so the same pitch of tone volt, the same tone the whole time riding on board. That sounds better. Nicely done, Codemasters. Now this sounds also much better. Thank you, Codemasters. See what's happening elsewhere on track. And we welcome Clayton tonight, new driver joining Tier 1, because he will be teammate to Cam here at Force India. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, we see the return of TnB Wazi. And we're missing Little Piece tonight. No Little Piece. Here we go, Muna with fastest lap, 1:29.27. So going Red Bull by the looks of it. Okay, maybe still just warming up. I know, and just of course creating a bit of a gap between him and the car in front. Of course, always good to have some space when you go on your fast lap. Now we're looking at Ivan here, still going out here. So far the only guy you posted at the time is Muna, and with that said, there goes Rob 2000, a 1:37.5. picking up TnB here just as he came past the 130R. Through the chicane onto the far straight, and he will come down to the start finish line. TnB then goes second for now, 129.7. Of course, just want to see what the tyres we're doing. See, we got last race out there was quite some mixed tragedies. See a couple of guys on soft, but most of the pack actually is out on super soft. Thanks Ray, thanks for the update. Yes, well I understood you should have went out in Q2, but okay, no problem. Back was not a bad place. Looking at first corner here, everybody get a clean getaway. If they will all be at speed going into that first corner, you can brake quite late before and actually carry some good pace into that corner. And imagine 14 cars, 15 cars going into that first corner altogether might not be a bad idea starting at the back. Just if you can keep your nose clean and of course stay out of all trouble there, that can actually be a good strategy. But of course, as with any other strategy, we will only know how it pans out as the race unfolds. So far, Rob Wazi, okay, TnBW also, there we go, TnBDW actually 129.3. Wazi also improves a bit on his time, 129.5. Just about to say a couple of guys been quite close to each other now, actually better times. And Ivan a 130.2 on the soft. Here we go. Speaking of Ivan coming into the pit, that's actually a mighty good lap for the soft. And of course, with Foss deciding to go out early, everybody should actually go through to Q2, so there's no need to risk the car at this stage. It's all about just to get a feel for the track, where's the grip, where you can really put down the accelerator and where you have to take it a bit cautiously. Another one I must mention, TnB Weather. Of course, some of you would have noticed his comments on previous races. He actually watched the stream and shared some comments. Actually, nice to see Weather back tonight. So we'll also keep an eye on him tonight to see how it goes. Right, Rob coming into the pits. 10 minutes to go. I think most of the guys will go out again, maybe it's just to get some practice, if we can call it that. But I don't see any need to really push and risk the car and then miss the rest of qualifying. But so far only 7 drivers set a time. With that as well as Clayton. Riding with Clayton now, also on the soft tyres. Ooh, we're running with wide. Steph, how's the weather conditions there? What's the predictions for Tier 2 tonight? I know Japan, it's also a track that's prone for rain. Ooh, Clayton, ooh, that's a bit scrappy. Made a mess of that corner. Oh, awesome, that's good. Nice. Now, Japan dry, it's up for grabs for everybody. And Gaffbig now for 128.4. No, that will be more than enough. At this stage, there's no real game to go fastest. It's all about just making sure you're through, but with Foss already out, no, this should be, everybody is safe. So I can't see anybody really try to challenge Gaffbig at this stage. But all I know is Q3 is going to be interesting. Okay, we're still Bino, Clayton and AD. That's the only guys who still need to set the time. Foss of course will not, no time for this session. Riding with Jay Fernandez. Ooh, AD retired, yellow flag. Was that just selected or was that an incident perhaps? But anyway, we lost now AD and Foss. 13 cars remaining, which means all of them basically will make it through to the next round. Sorry, 12 cars remaining. I actually thought we were 15 starters, but we're actually 14 starters. Wow, not a bad time. 1:29.5. Second fastest time yet for the moment is 1:29.2 and a 1:29.3 for third place. That's actually a great time, that one, with 1:30.078 for the soft. Because 1:30.1 is the fastest lap in tier 1 at the moment on softs. And so much for I thought Ronald was not too comfortable. That's actually a good time. Of course, that time will improve even further in the next two sessions. And when I decided to go out for some more track time, a lot of verbal dueling between Muna and Gav Peak leading up to this race event. So it would be interesting to see how things go between the two of them on track. At the moment we're also 1 and 2 on the timing sheet. Again we got a yellow flag, there we go. Ivan off track. But it looks like there's no damage there, he kept it out of the barriers, just maybe ran wide. Got the car together and off we go again. Lift fight another day. Ivan currently in 8th position. Of course it's always tricky to get the perfect setup here. Fast straight. Of course there's the famous S-curves. And you got the fast back straight leading into the 130R. Which is actually the section where Ivan is now. We got another yellow flag. Oh, there we go. It's finished. Done. Okay, Ivan now around for 130R, approaching the chicane. The final sequence of corners for onto the home straight, and he will pit. Okay, Vino is going out, of course didn't post any timers yet. CDW, Wazi and Weza is also on track at the moment. Riding on board with TnB Weza for now. Nice purple helmet, some nice contrast with the dark blue of a Red Bull. Will actually make riding on board fun again with this fix. Now you can actually listen to the car while you're riding on board. There could be people starting to retire perhaps. Ooh, Vino went quite wide. Oh. Jay Fernandez decided enough is enough. Just got Wazi on track now and Vino. Wazi now coming onto the back straight. 28, approaching 130R. Yeah, definitely didn't lift off there. Approaching the chicane. Ooh, bit of a lock up here. Keeping it together. Round for final corner. Want to go for start finish line. And Wazi, yeah, second, 128.9. Gafpick and Wazi, the only guys at this stage in the 128s. Of course, no need really to push, as I said earlier. That is to come shortly. Vino also decides no, not worth it. Just waiting for these last few guys. Wazi obviously also going to make his way to the pits now. Yeah, definitely. I don't see, unless he bolts up for another lap, but he's probably going to go into the pits. It's a just moderate speed here. Yeah, and Wazi's still the only one out. No, actually Nismax decided he's going to go out. Riding on board you with Nismax. The last corners, approaching start finish line, and here we go. Again, Rob 2000 RZTV, Mr. 2000 decided enough's enough. So is Ivan. He also said enough's enough, as well as TnB F1. Those guys obviously know it's not worth going out again, running that risk of losing the car. It's all about the next 2 sessions to come. Good advice, Steph. Good advice. Because this track can actually be hard on tires. Wazi now also decided enough is enough. Of course, just some information about our track for tonight. Suzuka is located in Ino, Suzuka City, which is of course Mie Prefecture here in Japan, and it's operated by Mobility Land Corporation, which is actually a subsidiary of Honda Motor Company Limited. Of course, TnBDW will be happy to hear that. Of course, Honda is one of his favorites, or Honda as he would call it. Right, here goes Nismax, round chicane, fun corner, gunning for the start finish line, 6th position, and that will also bring an end to the session. Yeah, Steph, there we go. Honda! Yeah, so Mobility Land actually a corporation of Honda Motor Company, so Honda actually have parts of this track. Of course, he originally designed as a test track, but of course more on that a bit later. Right, there we go. Gaff Peak first, with Wazi second, and Bermuda third. Of course, that is just to get me through to the next session. Fun and games will start shortly. Not sure there, Wes. A lot of people actually didn't make it. Of course, other things that need take priority, because life also still happens. So we hope to have him back in the next race. Of course, AD is also a guy without a teammate tonight with Little Piece who couldn't make it. Right, session 2 is underway. We're just waiting for the cars to start making where they want to track. Okay, Force just retiring again. Right, and again it's going to be Muna. Muna again, the first one to blink. Of course, taking advantage of the track before there's too much traffic. and here we go. Ivan also going out. Actually, much, I want to say quicker response. More cars going out at the start of this session than the previous session. See Muna going out on softs. Interesting strategy. Unless of course he's just going for a benchmark and to put to put and go for softer tires at a little bit later towards the end of the session. We'll just see how that pans out, because I actually see there's several drivers on the softs, and I see Gaffbeak on mediums. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Just want to see what DW, because DW of course is known for how he can preserve a tire life. I see he's actually on the super softs. Of course, all nice and well to go for the hard tire at the start of a race, but then you must make sure you keep it clean into. You run a big risk of your whole race being in ruins, because obviously you're planning for the long stint. But of course, if you have some damage to your car and you have to put far sooner than what you anticipated, then that whole strategy is out the door. And of course, your getaway from the start line is also a bit slower than the softer tire. So we'll just see how that pans out. Hello, Yvette. Well, some of us are, but in Cam's case, it's more funny part of you. I hope for a clean race from him tonight, so we'll just keep an eye on him. Speaking of which, he's on his way out. Right, just keep going back to Muna, of course, the first guy to go out, so he should be the first one to set a time in theory. Actually, no, he's decided he's going to come in. Might actually go to a softer tire now. Dis net vir jou, maar sal nie vir almal sê nie. Right. Muna in the pits. Wow, where's I going the fastest now? 129.3 on super softs. Of course, first qualifying session he went on the soft tires. We might actually see more of these guys on the soft tires coming in and changing over to the super softs. Just keep an eye on that. And we got Ivan over 129.5 in second currently. And Wazi now going out. Now Wazi's already out. Jay Fernandez is still in the pit. DW is still in the pit. Nesmax in the pit. Muna of course who just came in. Clayton in the pit. Vino in the pit. Rob in the pit. And we got Gaffbeak who set a time and actually on those mediums. 141. Now he will definitely come in and change tires. Because of course only the top 10 will go through to the Q3 or aka the pole shootout. So I can't see him going through with that time. So he'll definitely come in for softer tires. Of course for you people watching, feel free to share your comments. Feel free, come join in the fun. Right, Rob out now. Muna's going back out, and he's actually staying on the soft shell. Okay, he's definitely want for longer strategy climb race day. Of course, Foster retired, serving his penalty, which he got from the previous race. And we also lost AD77. No, what a time for it to be broken. Here we go. Gaffbeek actually responds, and he actually do a 129.2 with those mediums. Wow, okay. So obviously there was some problem with his previous lap. But yeah, maybe a bit of a hiccup or somewhere. Ran wide or so, but 129.2 medium. Wow. So far, Gaffbeek is the guy on the move. But also it is also one of his favorite tracks. You always hear Gaffbeek going on about Japan. He loves Suzuka. But of course, different thing comes the race. Of course, qualifying is single lap to 3 laps maybe. Of course, race is 100% race distance. Different ball game. Ivan, I hope I can fix that for you. Oh, Rob, what did you do? That Rob and Cam perhaps may add contact there. From that angle, didn't look like it, but they were pretty close to each other. Rob went sideways over that curve. Thanks for the vote of confidence there, Wes. I'm just trying to work out here what happened with Cam and Rob. Was he going fastest? 128.8 on softs. Not much between the softs and the mediums on Gaffbeek's Toro Rosso. We'll just have to keep an eye on this, maybe pick up some chatter later. Not sure if Cam and Rob actually had some running with each other in that corner, because Rob really actually took the corner on the grass, but I don't see any damage, unless they just maybe gave each other too much space and overcompensated for it. Right, Vino on his way again. Cam still on the 130.8 currently in 5th position. Yeah, he's into the pits, definitely going to come change. I don't see any damage on that Toro Rosso, even the front wing looks like it's intact. Oh well, anyway, we will probably find out a little bit later if there was anything more than that. Right, back to the rest of the field. Yeah, well, even this Rob, I don't even see any damage on his car. He didn't come into the pit, he's still on his way. Yeah, front wing seems intact. Clayton in the pits, no time. Nismax now on his way out, and Wazi go even faster, 128.81. I see another yellow flag out. Okay, just a brief moment. Looks like Weza actually decided enough is enough. He's happy. He's confident that 29.3 will take him through to Q3. Okay, of course, we no need to risk the car. 129.3 is actually not a bad time. Especially if you see there's already several, 3 drivers behind him, 130 plus. And of course, if it stays like that, he's definitely through. And of course, there's also 4 that's out, so it only leaves 12, so 2 more to go out. Just a reminder for those who still new to F1, top 10 after the session will go through to Q3. Right, riding on board here with Nismax. Let's see what he do with his Ferrari. With the famous S's. No, he's got firm control. No, not even a bit of hesitation from the car through those corners. Nice setup. But of course, race will prove if that is or not, so we'll have to wait and see. TnB DW with 3.5 minutes left, still no time set. Wow, Steph, not bad. Wazi just did a 1:28.8 on softs. So Tix is really going for it now. I think Tix and Ronald is the guys to beat in T2 tonight. How's it going on your side, Steph? And Springbok Gamer, how's it going? Of course, those 4 names are the top 4 guys really for T4. It's a pity, no streaming is yet for T2 at the moment, so I'm relying on Staffy and anyone else to share more information until such time we actually can stream that race as well, because both races run concurrent. Vino now retired, so with Vino and Vos, so it leaves, yeah, so I think that will make sure Weza's definitely through. Tactically. Probably, yes. It's all about the strategy. Well, if it pays off, comes a race, of course, it's yay. But if it doesn't, yeah. Rob now retired as well. Also decided he feels, yeah, he seems comfortable. He's happy. He will make it through. But he only did a 1:31.1. The only time slower than that is Vino. Of course, Fast didn't set a time, he retired right at the beginning. The W 129.1 looks like he also, yeah, he also retired. Also feel that's enough. No time by Jay Fernandez and Clayton. And 120, we're both in the pits, so there's not going to be enough time to go out and set a time. Yeah, so basically the ones losing out here, falling out after the session will be then Jay Fernandez, Clayton, and of course Vos. So basically, as you can see there, from TnB Wazi all the way down to Vino for real, they will go through to Q3. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on him, Steph. Yeah, no, this session is pretty much over. No one out on track. A lot of guys already retired. We're just waiting for the guys still in the pits to finish what they're busy with, so we can move on to the next session. Of course, how this track came about is when Soichiro Honda decided to develop a new permanent circuit in Mie Prefecture in the late 1950s. Just waiting for the session to formally finalize. There we go, there's your confirmation of your top 10. As mentioned, TnB Wazi all the way to Vino for real. Losing Vos, Clayton and Jay Fernandez. Well, Steph, I wouldn't be too hard on myself if I were you. We all know Jeff. Jeff can be a little crazy sometimes, so we'll see. But it won't surprise me if there is rain, but hopefully it's not heavy stuff. Anyway, just while we're waiting, coming back to how the track came about. Of course, Soichiro Honda, who decided to develop this track, The track is basically designed as a Honda test track in 1962 by Dutchman John, or otherwise known as Hans, Hugenholz. Suzuka is one of a few circuits in the world to have a figure 8 layout with a 1.2 kilometer back straight passing over the front section by ways of an overpass. Right, Q3 is underway. We're just waiting for the cars to make their way out. I actually lost another car, so there's only 9 riders, so Vino is actually out. Now we lost Vino as well. Okay, and we've got 3 cars already going for it. Muna again, the first one out. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, Suzuka is pretty much operated by Mobility Land Corporation, which is a subsidiary of Honda Motor Company, and of course, Soichiro Honda is basically one who decided to develop a new permanent circuit, and this is pretty much how this track came about. But of course, Honda test track, and of course the Dutchman who actually got involved here as well. This track actually was modified 4 times during the last couple of years, and it's actually got different layouts as well. Right, so Muna just getting it all together, readying up for that mighty lap to come. This is where things always get interesting. Guys to watch is TnB F1, Gavpik, Nismax. And even if it's his first race in some time, I would also put TnB F1 in the mix there. Right. TnB DW also on his way. So far, so at the moment we just got 3 pits at this. RZDV 2000, TnB F1 and Nismax. Of course, Nismax is known to actually only go out right at the end. Say those tires, and right at the end he comes with that powerful lap or 2. Just want to see what the tires are like. Yeah, no, everybody on Super Soft, of course, also makes sense. Strategy would be set by now after the previous session. This is all about that all important pole position, or how high can you get up the grid. Of course, the further in front, the better. But of course, it doesn't exempt you from that first corner, because I still feel this is one of the fastest first corners. Because you can carry so much speed into that first corner, and it's not as tight as you would imagine. And if you come in and you time it perfectly, you can actually gain time in that corner. Right, Muna now actually posts a time 1:28.2. A low 1:28. Good benchmark lap that. Gavpik 1:28.2 as well. Wow. He and Muna are already going at each other there. Ivan with a 1:29.4 and DW in a 1:31.6. Looks like Toro Rosso's carrying over that performance of the previous race. Both drivers, and actually the only team with both drivers in the final qualifying session. TnB F1 now on track as well. Still waiting for RZDV 2000 and Cameron to make their appearance in this session. And DW coming into the pit. Toro Rosso second and third for now. Gavbig with a purple helmet and Ivan with a blue helmet. And Ivan actually following his teammate, both of them now in the pits again. Rob's still in the pit, Cam is actually going out. It's actually not a bad time to go out because so many guys actually were already set the time and came back into the pit. Track is relatively quiet. TnB Wazi still to set the time in that Mergovies. The helmet design pretty much matches his tires at the moment, the black with the red striping. And we got Nismax now in third position. Also 128.7. Margin now around for 130R, approaching the chicane. Lock up there, around the final sequence of corners. Gunning for the start finish line. A little bit wide, but he kept it all together. And that puts him into third at the moment. Just under 5 minutes to go. Nismax now coming into the chicane. No, it sounds like he might come into the pits. Yeah, definitely he's coming in. With that said, Ivan is going out. TnB Wazer's getting out. Cam now approaching the 130R. Do the chicane, or a bit of a lock up here, almost sideways through there. A Majestic Rim is at it again. Ooh. That puts him in 5th position for now. Ooh, going wide there. But at least he kept it together. So easy to run wide into that first corner and actually go into the barriers. Because once the car starts slides there, it's difficult to stop. And he runs off again. Looks like this Toro Rosso, Force India. Looks like this Force India is a handful tonight. You also see a lot of play on the steering wheel. Not sure if there's some setup issues there or this car is just a handful as is. Wow, Steph, that's very close. Wow. And Ronald actually got it. Well done, Ronnie. So pole position there in tier 2 goes to Ronald with Tix in 2nd place. Okay, Cam actually bailed out of his lap now. Not sure if he will come into the pits or actually just, build up 4 out lap immediately. Oh, so you actually pick up rain already in Q3. Let's hope the rain stays only in qualifying and the race stays dry. RZDV now on his outlap. Wazer still to set the time, but he is on a fast lap. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's actually Dix with a pole position and Ronald with a second position. Thanks, Steph. Well, that's quite close. Wow, that's going to be an interesting battle. Ways are now up to 6th place with 128.8. DW also out. Surprised to see him here right at the bottom of the timesheet. Okay, so that's he's qualified yet, and Gaffbeek now finally was waiting for him to respond. Here we go, 128.0. See how Muna responds to that. Because Muna approaching the ghost car of Cam. That car's actually in his way. Oh, that would have cost his lap. There we go, TnB DW out of nowhere. 127.8. The first guy to go under to a 128. But Muna's lap has been jeopardized there by that ghosting vehicle of Cam. Raji actually decided now, and Ivan also coming into the pits. Gaffbeek retired, so he obviously not going to go chase after DW, so that will be pole position DW. Gaffbeek second and Muna third. Ivan is in the pits, but that will be retirement shortly, because obviously there's not enough time to do anything about it. In fact, we actually finished. We're just waiting for everybody to finish 5 laps and do the relevant. Nesmac out there.